Welcome right back to A&M and the AM, episode 40. I'm back here with my buddy Mort and his jean jacket that's fuzzy on the inside. I love it.
It is.
That's all I have to say for that.
It is. It was the
But we're
closest
back
thing
here
by.
today. Not honestly, what did you say?
It was the closest thing near me. I was a little chilly, so I threw it on.
All right, so we're back here today. It's kind of I don't want to say dead in sports, but there's
It
not much
is.
news going on. Yeah, obviously you got the NBA happening right now. It's kind of like not mid-season, but it's kind of just like season's going on. No big news, no trades have happened yet. Super Bowl coming up. It's the week before, so no big news. We've often talked about other NFL news over on our other videos, and I mean basically the only thing we have looking forward to right now is the MLB and like what's going on. And obviously, you see that we have this tweet down here from Jeff Passan. And so what was the reporting day again? What day did they report?
Camps open up on the 17th of this month, which is I think
17th. Okay, so
normal time. I mean, guys are already on their way there anyway, so like that's why I didn't know it was a weird debate and if they were gonna do it or not. But guys were already on the way there, so I kind of knew there was gonna be no delay to that.
I was from a lot of obviously I've just seen from the Tigers, but I've seen from a couple other teams too. A lot of guys have already been in Florida or have already been like California or Arizona working out already.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say
too. They've been doing it since the season's been over.
They haven't had anything to do, so they just kind of all piled into their designated places and just been going crazy since then. Like, my good friend Willie Castro has been doing ever since. Who knows when he's been in Lakeland for a few months, tearing it up in the training facility. So you can only guess what's going to come from that.
Mr. Grayson Griner just posted he's on his way down there.
Yeah, he's taking like an 8-hour drive. I saw just to get designated for assignment. It's going to be a tough time.
But yeah, season starting, and then obviously that's the teams report on the 17th. I keep saying 14th. I don't know why.
Yeah.
The teams report on the 17th, and then
I'm assuming
about
that means,
a month and a half later, the season's.
Yeah, I'm assuming that means the games. They'd probably start 28th, 30th. Yeah, well, I guess. Okay, so if they open up the 17th, I guess it depends on. That must be the pitchers and catchers days. So it's probably like about the first. They'd start off because pitchers and catchers and then position players usually like a week after. So.
Yeah, so I'm looking at my calendar here. So yeah, games will probably start March 1st, which is a Monday, so it kind of works out. And then I mean a month later games would start. That would honestly 1st. That's kind of on April 1st. So yeah.
What's ironic about that?
Right now
we get to see the Tigers open up on April Fool's Day because they're run by a fool, so it's ironic, really. Just thought about that.
Yeah, we might start out with a win, but it's just fooling everybody, giving everybody false hope.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing is that I don't think they have a set number of games yet.
I've seen it reported. It's weird. I've seen it reported like 2 or 3 times where they've said it's official, like normal season, but then they say after it that they're still like giving counter proposals. But what it's looking like is that it's going to be just normal 162.
160, because I've seen 155, which is weird. Like they would just take off like 7 games.
Yeah, because Manfred wants it to start a month after than it usually does, which is stupid. But he wants to do that with expanded playoffs and then the DHs, and for some reason the players don't want the National League DHs, which is kind of surprising. But I mean, it shows the players.
I think the
players care about it more than the fans.
I think the the pitchers liked hitting in the NL for some reason. I mean, obviously you had your decent hitting pitchers like Bumgarner, DeGrom, wasn't he kind of decent at times? But
Kershaw
you had decent guys.
I mean, it makes it easier too for the pitchers that are in the National League who get probably like about 3, maybe 4 extra easy outs during a game. So That's why they like it.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, I mean, it. I'm surprised the expanded playoffs wasn't more liked by player. Okay, I can see that it wasn't liked by players, and I can see that maybe some players did like it to like
Yeah.
let like them get a chance in,
Which yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like
But
it's probably the top seeds are like, no, we don't want to have a chance to get knocked out by a bottom seed, and then like it's the same thing. Like they feel like they deserve to be there and not somebody that just barely made it as a extra team. But yeah, but especially if there was only going to be this year anyway, then I could see why they didn't want. They're like, let's just do it last year, and if this year's going to be a normal full
yeah,
season, then there's no point in expansion with the playoffs. So
yeah, I understand. I mean, but like there was a lot of things last year that they added, and I mean, for leagues that were doing that, it or the leagues that had like weird seasons, it was a good time. 'Cause
yeah,
especially with the CBAs and everything being messed up, it was a good time to like try out different ideas. And I mean, some of the ideas are horrible, like the second base or starting at second base and
yeah,
extra
I haven't
innings.
seen if
Like
that's
that's the
coming
worst
back or
idea you could
not.
ever.
I hope not.
I seen it is.
Oh my gosh.
I did see that it was. I don't know if it was confirmed yet or it was still on like the voting table or whatever, but I saw that it was one of the things that was still being considered, which is
I'm not
stupid
surprised, but
because it
still.
I don't know. But yeah, so 162, we get a normal season hopefully, unless they shorten it, which I don't think they will. I don't think once they get into it,
Unless
they
something
really can't.
dumb
I mean, like
happens
the
during the
NBA,
season.
I would say like the NBA right now, we don't know what the second half of the season is going to look like. We don't know when some of those games are going to be uh replay or not replayed, but played again that were canceled. And so
Hmm.
it's going to be weird how like how is the M well, I mean the MLB is more lenient, I guess, because they can do double headers the NBA can't. The MLB can cram in back to back day
Which they had to
games
do
because they can
last
just
year.
bring people up. Yeah. So, I mean, I guess that's a little bit different for the MLB if you want to play 162 and then you have to just throw in game like a couple like double headers back to back to back or something like
My
that.
thought about it is that,
You
like
know?
how I said, it's weird that the players are actually wanting the DH or the only American League having the DH, but also like they're usually the ones complaining that they play too many games. So like for them to want a full 162 is also kind of weird to me. So, but I mean, it's probably just because they're saying we just want this to be just completely normal. So I get that then.
Yeah.
They just want to be able to play after
And
what happened last year.
um the fans thing, I think the fans are going to I've said this in past, I think fans are going to be there. Um
I think so
they
too.
I because the NBA is already doing it. The NBA is doing I think they're doing pretty well with it. They're not too many teams have fans yet, but like obviously like you saw with the Hawks
It seems like
last night they had I think they said they had like 8,000 in there. They had a
yeah,
decent amount down there.
it seems like every
I
week.
could be very wrong.
No, I think it's about right. It seems like every week. I mean, it depends on how big the arenas are too, but like every week, one or
Yeah.
two more teams are getting added in to where they're having them. So it's like they're slowly coming back, just depending on where, like the state and everything. Which is why
And that's
I'm
why I
very
think it'll
surprised
be
the
so
Pistons have it.
I think well Pistons don't even have that much, but that's why I
Yeah,
think it will be very easy for baseball to do it because you're playing in an outdoor stadium so space like it baseball stadiums are huge when you think about it. Like it takes you a good 10 like it could take you a good 10 minutes to get from one goal or not goal one foul pole like walking around home plate and then going to the other foul pole.
and
It
that's
could
the
take
thing
you a good
too.
10 minutes depending on how
S-
big this is.
some stadiums are smaller than others. Like how Comerica Park can seat 40,000. Like other ones are for some reason around like 20 to 30. I mean, maybe they're
Yeah.
not that small, but they're around like the 30s, and I mean, of course, like some are bigger, like Dodger
Well
Stadium
usually
and others, but
well usually because like the smaller ones are older ones and they were always
yeah,
they had to be had to be built compact because they're being built in the cities. So they had to kind of preserve like Detroit's fairly new in in MLB stadium like
Yeah, it's. I
considering
mean,
you're looking
yeah,
at
kind
Detroit's
of.
2000.
Yeah, I was gonna
So
say 2000, and then like 2001, but also like I guess past few years there have been newer ones, like the Braves and Marlins Park and
yeah,
some others. I mean, they made some changes to Minute Maid Park for the Astros, but they didn't really. They just changed the
not
field.
nothing
But
really big. Yeah. Um, but yeah, I think fans are gonna be in the stadium because then I was gonna kind of transition into I think that MLB needs to be more social media lenient this year, um, in regards to um because like they have that big thing on like you can't reuse like
oh
if
yeah, that's
you're
always been a
using
thing.
their content. But like I think that I don't know.
It
I've
seems like
always
it's
I've
never
always
gonna go
found I
away.
mean all baseball fans, yeah, which is stupid. And it
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It goes into the same fact of like how like MLB players are not um like they can't market themselves as much
At least the,
as
the
much.
the good
Like if
thing
you
about
notice that.
that, yeah, the good thing about that though is that at least it's looking up a little bit with how much they plug Juan Soto, and now Tatis is getting all the attention. Some of the other guys, like Acuna, was getting it for a little bit. So like it looks like they're at least starting to try it a little bit, but they're not like wanting to fully commit, which is weird because like that's why I'm like a big advocate of saying Fernando Tatis is the face because I mean, he obviously probably should be, and also like
Yeah.
he's 22, 23, 22, 23. I think it might be about 23. Um,
Yeah.
and he appeals to um I don't want to be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's Dominican Republic. Uh, appears to their
Yeah. Something
audience,
around there.
and like other over, I want to say overseas, but like but appeals to their audience because they all love him too, and everybody loves him
Yeah.
here in America and Canada, wherever. And it's just like I feel like that's a good face because he's appealing to all of them. I mean, hate to say it, but you can
And
a
yeah,
good
to add
part
on to
is
that,
because
like
you can understand him. That's why they can never do guys like that are from other countries because sometimes their accents or something or they don't want to change. But like that's why he's so marketable. I feel like. I mean, it is a bad
yeah.
thing because like that's what stopped like Miguel Cabrera from being a face for a while and some other guys but I feel like that's why it's a little easier with Tatis right now.
And I mean, especially last year being okay, the season started in the like probably not, I'm not gonna say like the hotbed of when everything was happening, but it was one of the first sports to come back. So like you had a lot of people watching and it really got people back in. And then jumping to now he's on that MLB the show. It's on PlayStation 5 and it's on Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it was always nice having that be a exclusive PlayStation game, but that them moving it over to Xbox is expanding your market by 10 times because
And
now you're getting those Xbox players and they're going to be like, "Oh, I like this guy I'm playing with in Diamond Dynasty. I'll watch a Rays game, I'll watch a Tigers game, I'll watch this game, I'll watch that." Like
and
just like,
that's why I mean the cover got leaked last week, so I kind of already knew what it looked like. Somebody hacked
oh
it.
yeah, I mean everybody saw
It was the
that.
same. I actually found out it was the same person that released the 2K cover and Madden and stuff.
Yeah, he's
They
released
they
he's
hacked
released like
the
every
GameStop
cover.
database.
Yeah. Hmm.
But so like I knew that was happening, and it was obvious. You could tell it was probably gonna be him, unless they were gonna get like a big legend. Like I was petitioning for Derek Jeter. You knew it was gonna be somebody big because they were adding the other consoles. So like you knew with Xbox being added, it had to be somebody like Tatis or like I said, Derek Jeter or like some other crazy legend. So I mean, it makes sense for it to be him for sure because of that too.
And you knew since it's San Diego Studios, as soon as they got a chance to put a San Diego player on there, they were
Yeah,
gonna take that. Like
yeah, I guess, but
it was. I mean, I think once everybody saw Tatis's breakout, not like even the year before last year and last year, because he was decent the year
he
before
got a
last
lot
year,
of
but like
fans his rookie year.
yeah. And I think like as soon as everybody started seeing that, they're like, okay, 1 to 2 years he's gonna be on this cover. Like it's San Diego. So like even before like everyone knew he was going to
I'm a
be
little
the star.
surprised it wasn't like Juan Soto, like I was saying, but I mean, like I said, it's the same thing. He's gonna be within a year or two, unless they, like I said, get big legends. But um, I had seen that people said this is Xbox's first relevant baseball game since 2K. I think it was 2K12. I think that was the
Yeah.
last time 2K stopped making baseball games, and that was with Justin Verlander on the cover.
Hold on. So I remember 2K because they had the pitch a perfect game online. You win $1 million. And
I
I
tried that
remember
so many times.
I didn't have it, so like they had it at the Red Box over at Walgreens, and I would always go rent it and try to get it, and never could get it. Pissed me off. And I finally bought the game and was trying to get it, never could get. I always came so close.
I got it. I got it after the it was all over, like a year or two after. I was still playing it because like we had it on Wii, and
Yeah,
I think it was, yeah, it was
and that's where I
PlayStation
had
3
it too.
then.
I had it on the Wii.
It had to have been PlayStation 3 then.
Hmm.
Yeah, so like we had it on both of those, but I mean you couldn't do it. It was almost impossible to do.
Yeah, because they would always, even if you got close, the person you were playing always got a hit right near the end or
Hmm.
something like that. Because it was online,
And
I
it
think,
wasn't that.
correct?
It was. Yeah, I think so. It wasn't that bad of a game either. But I mean,
No, it was a
that's when
decently
2K
made game.
stopped making it, and then nobody really would pick it up. So then Xbox got that RBI baseball that was terrible,
Yeah.
and they had some other kind of thing.
Well, I guess this kind of transitions us into the
Hmm.
next topic that um so I don't even know because so Brendan sent this or he sent it into our Snapchat DM or group chat today,
Hmm.
and I was like what? I was like it's bad. I was like what? I was no. I was like I would have gotten notifications about this. I was like no way they like it's just NCAA came back without me knowing. So I was like okay, I'm going to Twitter with that. Go to Twitter. First thing I see is for those who never stop believing, and then college football is coming back, and you had the EA Sports college football. And I shedded a few tears. I mean, and then like soon after that, I went to because I followed this guy on Instagram, and he's for the past almost 2 years on the dot. He started the Instagram in 2019
Yeah,
February time ish. Started Twitter as posting every day until NCAA returns, and he's posted 711 days
and it's
straight.
of the 14 cover every day, isn't it?
No, it's not the four. No, it's just different things. It's like people send
Oh,
him clips of them playing, and he's like, when you get a glitch, or it's just like it's
I thought
different
for a
things.
while it was a lot of the 14 cover. Maybe not, but
No, for a while he went through every NCAA and he was posting a picture of every single different one and everything. Um, so yeah, I mean that. Let me rephrase this. EA is coming back with a college football game. I read the article. They said they were like before the NCAA title, it was called Bill Walsh's college football, and he was like, since we took a huge hiatus on it, we want to kind of rebrand it, give it its own, give this new game its own identity. And
Mhm.
what I'm thinking is that they found so much success with one game in NCAA 14. People have played that game for 7 years. So in my mind, I think they're going to release one game and then just have constant updates on it, which I wouldn't be mad about. The enjoyment I found, you can have endless hours of enjoyment in NCAA 14. So if they can release one game and just release updates, like they updated uniforms, updated this, updated that, like I think they could find success in it,
They could
but they
only
won't
do
make money.
that if they make a good game, and that's counting
Yeah,
EA to make a good game, which
and
they don't have a track record of doing. The NBA Live has failed 8 times since they've tried to come back. They can't even get it to development anymore. Madden's horrific every year, so that's a big ask for EA to do nowadays.
see I mean, I think everyone can consensually come to an agreement that EA's last playable for over playable for over a year until the next title comes out is NCAA 14, and it's kind of because we're
Yeah,
forced into it, but everyone enjoys it. That's a top 3 video game all time for me. It arguably could be my top video game of all time. Like everyone just finds so much enjoyment in it, and I think their hand was kind of pressed to make this press release with the new college football revamp that has come out
that's why
because so many YouTubers, so many prominent YouTubers are starting to play that college football revamped in such a good game. Like obviously it has its bugs and everything, but it's it was made by like a random developer. Like it wasn't made by an EA, you know. So
Yeah.
it's such well received so far that I think their hand was kind of pressed to be like, okay, we got to make a statement here. Like we got to say we're bringing this back and start gaining the development for it now.
That's why I kind of said earlier that they should do like a remastered kind of version, not call it remastered, but
Yeah.
not change, not touch, a majority of the last one, and just update it with the new players, the graphics, uniforms, everything. Well, like
Mm-hmm.
the menus, but not touch the gameplay aspect as much. I mean, I guess at that time the gameplay, because now we've had now two consoles
Yeah.
since then. So like that was great gameplay for the game for the
Which
PlayStation 3. So like the mechanics just change a little bit to update it, but not. I feel like if they change it too much and just the way things are, it'll be bad. They'll put in the aggressive catch probably from Madden, and it'll just be just
see,
terrible.
that's what I liked, or that's why I like and dislike NCAA 14. You couldn't even like there was no like a catch like assist catch on that game. It
Yeah.
was your receiver caught it or he dropped it. There was no assist catch. You couldn't press triangle to try and help catch it or anything. It was either he caught it or he dropped it. And that's
Mm-hmm.
partly why I like running mechanics definitely can get better. Some
Yeah.
blocking mechanics definitely can get better. Some like rushing, like D end rushing, like pass rushing definitely could get better. Like just small mechanics, don't tweak it too much to piss people off. Just small
Yeah, that's why I'm
mechanics
saying
to
like a
make
remastered kind of thing.
yeah, to make it run a little bit better than it did in 2014. Because everyone still loves the game. Everyone like there's I'll reference him because I watch him. Mr. Hurricane.
I was waiting for it.
Man has done two um 10 plus year franchises with teams. And it's just like it's endless because it's you get new players every year that you there's a new story every year to your dynasty. Like
Uh
it's
huh.
not the same stuff over and over. And the recruiting's so fun. Like it's just endless fun. I feel like.
I
And
did play it recently when we were playing it. I played the first season because I was playing every game, but then that was it. I kind of stopped after that after I won the national championship and went
yeah,
like 14-0 with Michigan or whatever it was. So
but
I was a one and done.
yeah, it's just I don't know. It's just such. I back. They did say a 2 to 3 year hiatus, but again, it makes sense. You're
It's gonna be a
basically creating a
while.
game from scratch. You obviously have Madden to go off of, but other than that, you last made that game in 2014 or in 2013. So like, you might not even have any of those developers still
You
there
think
that
they
made
could
that.
bite the bullet and either make? I mean, I guess at this point Madden really can't keep getting worse than it is. But you think
Yeah.
they'd bite the bullet and either not make a Madden 1 year, or just make it bad, like they don't put a lot of effort in it, and then just focus on NCAA. I feel like
No, they won't have.
if they skip a Madden year, I feel like everybody would understand because they want NCAA that bad.
I don't think they will. I think that and again, this is asking a lot from me. I think like you were referencing that they might not want to make a new team, that they might want to not make a NCAA or a college football team, you know. But like they obviously did one in the past. They know how successful this game is going to be. They know they're going to make close to $100 million because it's going to be on Xbox and PlayStation 5. So if you even put a team together, you're not gonna have to pay them that. Like you're an average salary, whatever you pay your developers, like whatever you pay your Madden team. But this game is going to make them close to $100 million. I think they put a team together for it. They know what they can do.
But it's
They know what this game can do to the community. They know what it can do for their company. I think they put a team together for it. I don't.
it's just the thing of will they want to be like a company that makes two football games, like because there's only one football game as there is with Madden. So really, if you're putting
Yeah.
out NCAA also under the same company, it's kind of weird because if you're trying to
I mean, they
compete with it,
used to.
yeah, but it's like now you're like competing with yourself still, and I mean you're not really because you're still making the money, but it's like one game's got to be better than the other. They can't be terrible. And if it's Madden that's better than NCAA, then nobody's gonna buy NCAA anymore, and they'll go back to 14.
Let me see. Hold on. Let me see real fast. Madden 2014. I can't remember which Madden this was. Okay, that was Madden 25.
I was gonna say I think it was 25.
So when you look at it, that was honestly the peak. When I'm really thinking about it right now, Madden 2025 or it was 25th anniversary. So Madden 25th anniversary and NCAA 14 were the peak of football games in my eyes. So if they can, I know they're not Madden, they've already screwed over unless they can make immense changes, which they refuse to. But if they can make Madden decent, or keep it at the same pace it's at right now, and then put all their effort into NCAA, I think they can. They've done it before. I think they can do it again. They did it for 10 plus years.
So I was just looking it up just to see like if they had like a small development company on NCAA. The one that made it is EA to Tiburon or something like that.
I think I know what it is.
They're out of Florida. They actually EA purchased the developers and brought them into EA, but it says that they do work on Madden, and then they did the NCAA, and they also do Tiger Woods PGA Tour. So if you, I was just seeing like if the same developer, like the same teams around from then. So if it's looking like that's they also have been working on Madden this entire time, then I feel like it's gonna be the same as Madden. It's just weird that the game was so good, then Madden got so bad. But
yeah. Because like okay, so
they also made NFL Street and NASCAR.
So this group had a lot of good.
Because NFL Street was really good too.
And they had Tiger Woods PGA Tour. They had the NFL Street series, NFL Tour. I know a lot of YouTubers went back to that game. A lot of YouTubers
I just saw like NFL
game.
Coach something too. So they're looks like they're into the football scene, but
yeah. And then obviously they had the NCAA football series from '98 to. So, okay, so actually, hold on. So the NCAA was their first venture when EA first bought them out. So I don't know. Hopefully they can bring back some of like the key developers that were a part of the last 4 NCAA games. Though everyone loved the last 4 basically. So hopefully they can bring back that, not change too much on it, just keep it pretty simple and just what people want. Like just make it a game. They don't make games for the players anymore. They make it easy for them to change and do stuff with. Make a game for the players. Like make a game. I don't think it'll be that. I think the only thing messed up will be the mechanics. I think you can't mess up recruiting. You can't mess up like all that. I think the only 2 things that could be messed up are the mechanics and the if they do an ultimate team on there. So, which they had one in 2014. That was like one of their first ultimate teams for 2014. It was actually a pretty decent game. But yeah, I can't wait for it. It's gonna be a couple years out, but
you know what would be cool is if this would be my last thing. If you like how in the NCAA ones in the career mode, you'd start in high school and you play at your high school and you go to college and stuff. It'd be cool if they could sync it where you start in the high school in the NCAA and then go to college and like you can transfer it over to Madden and play out your NFL career. I think since they're all made by the same developer, I mean that'd be a cool thing to add on to it.
I think they will, but yeah, because the thing is, back in 2014, they didn't have a My Career mode in Madden yet.
Yeah, so, I mean that'd be that.
So I think now
that'd be cool because
now that they do,
they had that story mode with that Colt guy. Was it Colt Keith?
Yeah, that came in 18, I believe, 18 or 17. So now that they have a story mode, or now that they have a career mode that you can play in, I think that will be one of the things that they will try to do, because you used to be able to transfer your draft classes over, and you used to be able to, the draft classes you used or played with in NCAA 14, you could use on Madden 25. So I think it'll be fun. I think that they have a
Just
lot to
just
work
saying
on.
if that happens, then it came from me again. If that's a thing, if it's a thing where you just slide them right over.
Yeah. No, the personal thing I can't or personally the thing I am excited for is the college football playoffs.
They
The whole new thing.
they really should make it because it's gonna look like it's a kind of a scam if they're putting out two football games for the same price. They really should just make it like, I mean, I don't want to say 100, but like some price where the both games are combined, where you pick the NCAA mode or the Madden one, because people are gonna be buying both anyway. But I mean, but then
Yeah.
that loses the money, so cause they're gonna be separate games, so it doesn't matter.
Well, no, that gets people to buy your Madden game too.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. You just
So
put them
yeah, I don't know.
together.
It will all be interesting. It's probably a year until we actually hear more official news about it because they obviously have to build the game from the ground up. So
Before JJ
uh,
McCarthy's on the cover.
maybe who knows?
They'll
He
they'll
might be in the
they'll
other.
pass the torch from Denard to JJ. JJ will be starting by then.
That would actually be kind of funny. But yeah, I think that's all we got. So you got anything else more?
Nope.
No, okay. So
No
you guys could
jerseys on
like
me
and
this
subscribe.
week.
That would help us out a lot. And we will see you guys next time.